It's not a matter of hearing so much. Sound is all around. It's a matter of knowing there's something there to listen. Yes, that's it. Center, the great connector. It's all coming clearer now. And my father is dying of cancer. And I have to tell you homework tonight. And no one noticed my new haircut.
Venice will be underwater within the next decade.
And the wants to kill myself. And I swear they're making candy bars smaller than they used to. And my brother's going to do you hear it? Do you get it? And not then. He had a hernia then. She was her cat, not but. He had a hernia but she was her cat, not because. He had a hernia because she was her cat. And he had a hernia and she was her cat. And I left the bed and they experienced deja vu. And Mortimer imagined he was an actor. And. Not chronology, not contradiction, not causality, simultaneously. These events, these moments live solely by their concurrent existence, live solely by and. Because this could be what you are sitting, and you are sitting, and you are sitting right there, side by side with me. We want to tell you a story. 3 nights ago, I was, you know what, forget about the story, for the moment, just let them speak, and, remember that, and, yeah, so it's pretty much decided now. It's inevitable, I guess. Dad's cancer prognosis is pretty much set. I mean, you didn't get a prayer cycles, and they're still going on and on. But the prayers have changed from asking for healing to asking for healing, acceptance, that kind of thing. So we told now, Dad, set up a bit of equipment, tanks, pharmacies, special bed. He wanted to come home, the doctor said it would be okay. So I was okay as a kid anyway. Home, the hospital, the park, Disneyland, wherever. I guess that's one good thing about dying. It's horrible. And who do my teachers think they are? Or a better question, who do they think I am? A word machine, the geek of all geeks who has no life and wants to spend 5 hours a night on schoolwork. Here's what they say. Home, school. Home, school. 2 separate places. They should stay separate. I don't bring my mom into school so I can do my breaking there. Right? I don't bring my sister to school so I can have my arguments with her there. Right? No. Those are home things to be done at home. So why do I keep bringing my siblings to my home? Home, school. Keep them separate. And okay. So I would think that my brother didn't notice my new haircut. No big deal. He would notice his own face fell off. And as for my father, well, accordingly my brother got his attention to detail. Now, my mother noticed it, and she's the one that drove me to the appointment. That doesn't count. Nothing for my teachers, nothing for my classmates, nothing from the bus driver, nothing from the dog, the cat, the goldfish. I could live with all the non-attention to my haircut, but when I ordered Jason, my small boyfriend, 3 months, and asked him point blank, "You notice anything different?" And he looked me up and down and said, "You wrong." That put me over the edge. And we
are like killing the world. So our cars and our hairspray, people can't even speed in the opposite, and that's so not practically there. And Venice, I told you about that. If I want to go to Venice, say like 10 years, and have some guy singing to me in the God. I want to do that for say like 10 years. I might not even be able to, because all there would be is just water. You can't take a gondola ride and use water. If there's no like Venice to be in, so nice.
3 nights ago, we were all home. My family, my father, my mother, my 2 sisters. It was about 9 o'clock. My older sister, she was... No, I shouldn't start there. Back to these other people. And
No surprise. I was okay with that. Most people get rejected. Right? Political ritual after all. So, that was what you might call my second issue. I would have felt lucky to my car then. If you took the chance to let it go. Rejection 2, both. Then I was okay because I still would be you, Jessica. I mean, they're both decent schools. I wouldn't have had to hang my head. Until they sent me the, I'm sorry, but you're just not worthy of those numbers.
positive, positive, negative, negative.
After that, I could justify it.
Or match colors, if that's what it is. Yes, good. You have to keep in mind, too, you have to remember that these things are all going on at the same time, connected only by proximity. I mean, within one relatively small space, you have these different people dealing with their various situations. Within, as here, within the confines of one building, one school, all these different things are going on. And this, and that, and this, and that. But it's not actually something separate like that. I mean, it looks like there's an order to it, but that's arbitrary. It's not 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. That's artificial. It's and. Concurrently. Not chronologically. It's like this. Yeah. You see? It's chaos. It's pandemonium. But this is what the world is like. You could lose track of the simultaneity. The and factor. So try not to. It's crucial. Crucial. 3 nights ago, I was... Oh God. How could I not have known? I'm still not ready. And...
Do you know what a scrim is? It's a type of curtain that when you shine light on it from the front, it's okay. But when you shine light on it from behind, you can see through it. But usually, even when you can see through it, the scribbings, whatever is behind it, kind of dark, kind of muted. Unless you really blast the light on it, colors get broken down by a script. You know what? I see the whole world like that. Like everything is covered by a script and the backlighting isn't very strong. I mean, maybe the world isn't really bleak. I admit it's probably just me that I'm the one with the script over my eyes like a blindfold. Either way, it all looks dull and shadowy to me. All the time. I know how to get into my father's gun now.
And... I mean, all I have to go on right now is a hunch, you know? But hey, hunches have started a lot of important, like, discoveries. Like when Newton got hit on the head with the apple. Even though that probably never happened in real history, he got a hunch and he invented gravity. So, they have been making candy bars smaller and smaller over the past few years. They used to be bigger when I was younger. I swear it. It's not just me. It is not because my mouth is smaller that I wish candy bars were bigger. Plus, here's the thing. Now they have these big size bars that they charge like almost double the money over the regular size bars. But I think the king size bars are just the same size as the regular ones used to be. Seriously, I am going to do a study on this. You know, there's only one person left. I'm just going to let her talk, and then I'll tell my story. But remember, right? All at once, simultaneously, and such an idiot my brother is, such a stupid, macho, narrow-minded, hero-loving idiot. He actually came up to me yesterday with a huge grin on his face, telling me he's shipping out to Iraq next week. Yes, he said, I'm gonna get me some action. I'm gonna get me some action? How can my parents combine their genes to produce him, combine them again to produce me? Don't understand how he thinks going to war is some kind of adventure. He can play his little war games and come home unscathed. The problem is, we work my brother, write him off with some bullet head, and send him on his merry way. The problem is, I love the work I can say, and I'm going to worry every damn second he's over there. Okay. Everybody's had their say. It's incredible, don't you think? Well, her father's dying. She's worried about the shrinking of candy bars at the same time that she's planning suicide. It's amazing and somehow so horrible. My story. I need to tell you about that. I can't just do it with words, though. I have to have you see it. Is there a way that we can... It'll just take me a minute to set this all up. I don't want you to miss what I'm trying to convey here. I need some visuals. This is my father. Say hello, Dad. Just kidding. I'll get this all set. If I had the resources, I would bring the whole house in so you could get a better sense of the spatial relationship between the various scenes that we're playing out. My father, he's downstairs in the den, and about 20 or so feet away, up and over, my mother's in my parents' room. My little sister is upstairs too, actually quite close to my mother, separated only by a wall. And my big sister, she's in her room, down in the basement, right next to... I can't believe it. I almost forgot about me. I'm there too, of course. In the downstairs living room, which is, like I said, very close to my sister's room. My older sister's. Her name is Adrian. Can't see her. She's under the blanket. That's how it was. My little sister here is Julia. My mother is Donna. My father, Brian. I'm Aaron. This is my house. 3 nights ago. And now that I look around at what I've set up, I'm not sure I can tell you what happened here. So, what do you think of all this anyway? This and factor of psychology. How do you square it? Or do you even try? I mean, what are we supposed to do about the fact that things are going on. More than a million, a billion, a billion. But you can lose track when you start getting into numbers that astronomical. You can't lose track so easily when you look at the size, the shape, the confines of one face, one school, one house. You have to make sense of the chaos somehow. So what are we to do? What are we supposed to do? Just listen? And how can I be angry at my own father because he says I've used him and now they're killing him? How can I? But I am. I am so angry at him. And let's at least have a law, okay? A law uses if you've been working on the word for over an hour, you have to quit or else television. And I spent 2 hours waiting and 1.5 hours actually getting it done. Only to have to think that I got it wrong. I guess I know which pays attention to. And
I mean, what about the polar bears? In like 100 years, nobody's going to be able to have a coat in a polar bear because they're all going to be gone.
and
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday was the final moment. The one I never expected. The left of the key escaped. My safety school. Thanks, but no thanks.
and
I don't want to make a mess. We have some rolls of plastic left over from when we painted the ceilings. I'll put those on the floors and furniture before I do it. It'll save Mom some trouble.
and I mean, I don't want to sound paranoid or anything, but candy bars are important things to kids. If you shrink them and charge the same amount of money, that's like a big national lie. And soldiers are sons, grandsons, husbands, and nephews, and brothers. Stupid, macho brothers. And if they die, their sisters will die along with them. I watched you. I watched you as you listened. From one story to the next, one moment to the next, you reacted. You frowned, you laughed, you grimaced, you smiled. That's good. It's human. But remember, right? Remember the phenomenon I have been describing. How can you frown and laugh and grimace and smile and cry and shout for joy and scream for grief? How do we do it all? With all of this going on around us every second. 3 nights ago, my father was in the den, nodding off as he tries to finish up some work.
Man, I could never stay awake this night.
My mother is in the bedroom, saying prayers. God, tell me how I might serve thee. Julia is in her room with her dollhouse. Bernadette, I wish I had another tea set. And I am in the basement. I'm playing with my Xbox, trying to So what should we do? Should we have some fun here? Should we manipulate this confluence of concomitant conflicts, mix them together for our own entertainment and possible edification?
But my father is dying of homework.
Ha!
And I have a ton of candy bars tonight.
Yeah!
I was rejected from every gondola I applied to.
That's gotta hurt, huh?
My haircut will be underwater like the next decade.
Sounds like a fashion problem.
And no one noticed my menace.
Oh, Venice! That's great!
And I think they want to get a haircut.
Be our guest.
And I swear they're making a rat smaller than they used to.
Must have shrunk in the wash.
And my brother is going to school.
Well, why shouldn't he? How else is he gonna get edumacated? Wasn't that a hoot? The old Mad Libs treatment, huh? Mix and match troubles. It's a game
maybe making light of it all. Maybe that's how we should, in case you haven't inferred this fact by now, I am concurrently desperate to tell my story and petrified to tell my story. Notice that. The and factor, even within the tiny space of my own mind, coexisting in contradictory desires. I don't lack intelligence. I hope you've seen that fact demonstrated too. I mean, someone stupid would not have had the wherewithal to put together this production, this extravaganza illustrating her inner conflict. No, that takes smarts. You've heard my words, my vocabulary. How many stupid people do you know who can throw around words like concurrent and simultaneity and spatial relationship and wherewithal? My grades and standardized test scores will bear out my assertion. I am not stupid. I am not unaware. How could I not have known? 3 nights ago, my father is in the den, practically asleep. My mother is in the bedroom trying to talk to God. Julia is in her room with her dolls. And I am in the basement. I am playing Gundren's War, a game of world domination set on a planet far from Earth. I am trying to figure out how to defeat Kragenets, the arch nemesis of Gundren. Adrian is in her room. She is not alone. So what are we to do? Should we judge them? Categorize them? After all, it's ridiculous to think that we can handle the and factor in its entirety. Now we must shut up! You have to make divisions, distinctions, isolations. It's a human tendency, you can't help it.
It seems a lot now. Everyone apparently is taking turns being with him.
So, on the scale from 1 to 10, then, how serious is this situation? With 1 being fleetingly insignificant, 10 globally cataclysmic, father dying of cancer, 7.
I'm never going to get this all done, and they're just going to pile on more tomorrow.
Homework overload, 4.
And it's not just the shrimp either. I totally changed my look.
Hair trouble, 3.
I mean, if we don't smarten up and start saving on gas, our whole ozone is going to be gone.
Now here, this gets tough. He's talking about climate change, which would be in the 9 and 10 category. But he's being completely ignorant and selfish from his perspective, which might merit a 3 or 4 or even lower. I have to take an average. 6.
Out of options. What? Why have you even going to consider community college?
Again, the attitude causes some. 4.
I've been working on a note the past week.
Should imminent death from cancer rank as high as imminent self-destruction? 6. But that puts her on par with the global warming guy. I don't know.
I wish I could get my hands on a 10-year-old candy bar, and I could compare.
That I give a 1.
So it's going over there, and whenever the phone rings, we're all going to cringe.
Above the rejection, but below the suicide. 5.5? Because maybe her brother won't be killed over there. But embedded in her situation, is there not a complaint about the nature of a world where wars happen? Or at least an objection about this war in particular? Maybe it's a 6. So, let's take a look at what we've done here. We've taken the various components of a single simultaneous and we granted. So now, perhaps we should group them. 8 through 10 over there, 6s and 7s right here, 3 through 5 over there, and anybody below 3 right there. I thought I had 4 groups. Oh, right, I didn't rank anybody above 7. So, what we have here is, what we've done here is something completely useless. Go away, all of you! Just go away! We get it! Cancer and candy bars and suicide and too much homework and Dad barely awake and Mom supplicating God and Julia with her dolls and me trying to conquer an electronic non-world and Adrian in her room with her Adrian in her room being... Never mind. I can't do it. Never mind. I'm sorry. I meant to tell you the point of all this, but I didn't mean to waste your time. Adrian, how are you doing?
I'm alright.
Good. That's good.
Why have you been avoiding me?
I haven't been meaning to.
Sounds kind of bomb I dropped in the last place.
No, hey, I'm your sister. You can't tell me, you know?
Yeah. Still, I'm sure it wasn't easy to hear.
No, that's for sure, but it wasn't easy for you to tell either.
I told Mom.
Oh boy. How'd that go?
She's praying for sure.
Naturally.
She's going to tell Dad, and then I guess we would have to go down to the police station.
Yeah, I guess you have to do that.
Are you okay staying here with Julia?
Yeah, sure, of course.
She doesn't have to know about.
Oh, no, of course not.
Hey,
What?
are you okay?
Sure, dude. Don't worry about me. You need to take care of yourself right now.
Aaron,
Yeah?
I need your help.
I'm here, Drew.
I need you to talk to me. Really tell me how you're feeling, even if it's... Don't treat me like I'm some broken China doll. I came to you first, remember? I told you because I trusted you to be real with you. Mom and Dad, they're going to be off the charts, and I don't know what's going to happen with my friends once word gets out.
Right.
So let's settle over. Are you okay?
No, Dre, I'm not.
That makes 2 of us. Tell me.
It's like the whole world is... Adrian, Dad was in the den, and Mom was in her room, and Julia was upstairs, and I was in the basement, not 15 feet away from you. Adrian, I was playing a video game. Do you understand? I was playing a video game 15 feet away from you. From you being...
Wait.
Oh God! How could I not have known?
You couldn't, Aaron. You couldn't have known.
What kind of a world is this? I'm so sorry.
It's It's okay.
I should have known. I should have known.
No, it's not your fault.
I should have.
You couldn't. Nobody could have.
And now I'm burdening you, feeling sorry for myself when you were the one.
Hey! Listen. This is the world. This is it, right? People blowing out birthday candles at the same time as people are dying in the fire. At the same time as a baby is being born. At the same time as a grandmother is taking her last breath. At the same time as a sister is playing her video game. At the same time as her sister is being raped by the boy she thought really loved her.
I should have known, Adrian. I should have known.
No! Knowing isn't it. Knowing won't save us. But this will save us. You're saving me right now, Erin. Keep saving me. I need you to save me. And.